All right, everyone is ready. Welcome to the Lucky Paper YouTube channel. We're here drafting Andy's Neoclassical Cube, which is an old bordered cube with some new bordered cards that fit the spirit of old school Magic. I've drafted this a couple times and done okay. It is my kind of Magic, so we'll see how we can do here. Oof, well, we got Mind Twist. I don't know how great Mind Twist is here because there isn't like a ton of ramp. We've also got Siege Gang Commander, a Scalding Tarn, this Volcanic Island, which I know Andy just picked up a Volcanic Island, so I'd be excited to riffle shuffle that bad boy. I don't think I'm starting on Siege Gang, so I feel like it's really between Scalding Tarn or Mind Twist for me. Let's just... Magic is so hard. Do I want to be casting Mind Twist? Is that what's going to be fun for me? Yes. Okay. Confirm pick. Fire Blast. Memory Jar. Ash Barrens. I don't know how to play this Mishra's Helix. So yeah, this feels less like a direction. Standstill is here. I think I might end up just taking this Ash Barrens or a Memory Jar. What's actually better to start with early? Starting with a fetchable duel or an Ash Barrens. Ash Barrens is always going to make my deck. I could also just stick to black and take the Carrion Feeder. Or a Memory Jar. Let's be a coward and take an Ash Barrens. We'll see. Okay, we got a fetch land that can fetch black cards, which is great. Raphelos stands out. Ankh of Mishra, we could just try and do an aggressive thing, but I think at this point we got Mind Twist and a land. Let's take a black fetch land. Ankh of Mishra, I guess, is kind of cool in a very aggressive deck. I'm not seeing a lot of very aggressive red cards here. Chroma is cool, just that you can cheat it out some ways, but we'll see what happens. Marble Diamond. Who's holding us up? Does this mean AI Brady has a 4-pack stacked up, or does this mean Keldon has 4 packs? Really good at interfaces over here. Maybe Raphelos would be a reasonable pick there. It's too late now, obviously, but... So what are you actually ramping into with Raphelos? Yeah, I don't... Well, okay, we got all these big boys. We got Verdant Force. Yeah, I mean, see, this is my kind of cube. When we got Verdant Force and Sylvos. What more do you want? Deranged Hermit. Okay, there's almost only so much I can say about these cards. Who's passing to me? Yeah, Brady is. Okay, so we're stuck. Fun. Alright, so what have I drafted in this cube so far? I've mostly drafted green decks. I feel like a lot of these just like big green threats stand out to me. I have trouble passing Wood Elf. No, not Wood Elves. Why am I saying Wood Elves? You know, stuff like Sylvos and Deranged Hermit. Roar the Worm. I think the last deck I drafted was actually red-black, though. What really stood out there were the gold cards. Was Fire Covenant. This card was really, really strong. Kind of made my deck. Migratory Route. That's kind of a power outlier here. I would love to feel more confident in this draft. I'm still seeing, I guess Raphelos stands out as the most powerful card here, but we got white cards, blue cards, lands. aggressive cards, cheaty cards. There's not like a signal I'm seeing yet. Okay, here we go. Quirion Dryad. Love that. Ball Lightning, Underworld Dreams. Okay, so if we want to stick with the Black Hand Hate, Mesmeric Fiend is kind of cool. We did see Rofellos, so maybe taking a Quirion Dryad or even a Reclamation Sage could be an interesting way to go. I'm a little skeptical of Underworld Dreams. That seems difficult. But Control Magic is probably just the strongest card here. Gain control of target creature. Alright, I feel like I'm thinking between Control Magic and Mesmeric Fiend. Do I want to commit to the bit or take the strongest card? Let's take... What have we seen in terms of blue cards? I don't know. We're just going to take the best card. If you don't think that's the best card, tweet at me. Alright, Psychosis Crawler. That's a big guy. That's not really old border. Power and toughness equal number of cards in your hand. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent loses a life. Okay. But we got some blue cards. We got Memory Lapse and Mana War. Level Wild Mongrel. We got fetchable lands. But I feel like if I want to play this Control Magic, I don't know, maybe we end up blue-black or something blue. Mana War is... Maybe I'm just drawn to it because it is iconic. How good is a Pheto Alchemist? Let's just take this Mana War. Okay. More blue cards. Good. Twisted Abomination. I love that. Or we could just take Fire and Ice. Look at your opponent's card. Draw. Look at your opponent's card. Draw a hand. Right. That's what it says. Okay, so Fauna Shaman, obviously very strong. Astral Slide is very cool. Astral Slide plus Mana War. Still don't feel like I have a direction here. So, easy pick if I want to just commit to, you know, my Control Magic and my Mana War is just this Sorceress Sight. Astral Slide is the cool pick. Ash Barrens is an easy pick, but I feel like these Ash Barrens are going pretty late. Do I want to spec on Slide? No, let's just take this. Well, if I'm just going to take a cantrip, is Fire Ice better? Yes, I think so. It's instant, does a thing. If I splash red, all right, let's take Fire Ice. All right, there are a bunch of white cards here and a Mind Slicer. Ray of Dawnbringer, return a creature card from your graveyard to play, but that costs 1,000,000 mana, so I feel like that's more of a cheat target. This is a Plains. Exalted Angel is potentially castable, so I could consider shifting into white. We saw it laid Slide, play like a blue-white deck, or we could take this Mind Slicer or a fetch land. Hollow One, I don't know about. Mind Slicer is pretty cool. I don't really know what you're supposed to do with it, other than just be like a mid-range thing that you can't really block. Windswept Heath is an easy pick. So, Windswept Heath, especially if I'm like seeing white is a little bit open, obviously I can still play it even if I'm not playing white, depending on what duels I can get. But what if I wheel that Astral Slide? Seems unlikely. Mind Slicer. Mind Stone. It's just a real mind-themed deck. I don't feel confident about this pick. Let's take this Windswept Heath. Alright, we got Morphling. So I'm feeling good about blue. And Negate's still here. There's also Sengir Autocrat. That's a reasonable card. I'm definitely taking Morphling here. And I think I'm headed that direction. But I'm trying to think about what this whole draft has been telling me. I mean, Incinerate's also very good, but... Oh, no. Green cards came back. Okay, so we can take this Volcanic Island, which, you know, lets us splash fire, potentially. Also means this Bloodstained Mire potentially can make more sense in our deck. Sleight of Hand, also very reasonable, draws me into Morphling and Control Magic. Ugh, but... yeah, I mean, maybe these are just not as high picks as I'm thinking. We also have a Pacifism, so maybe white is going to end up being the direction I think I want to commit to this blue. Take sleight of hand. Okay, so I don't think there were a lot of blue cards in this pack. White cards, these are more aggressive leaning white cards. Karen Feeder, I think there wasn't even another black card in here either, so don't totally know what I'm reading from this. If I'm playing this like more controlling blue deck, I don't think I want these white knights, so I'm a little bit tempted actually to just take this Canyon Slaw and see where that takes us. Okay, Wall of Omens, I feel actually pretty good about that. I think I'm going to take this Wall of Omens. Shivan Reef also, like, obviously we're talking about splashing fire is pretty reasonable, but, you know, Mana Warrick and also Wall of Omens, I feel like I like this blue-white direction. Okay, so Underworld Dreams comes back, not a big surprise. Mystic Penitent. Love the contrast and how readable these cards are. 1 mana, 1/1 attacking doesn't cause it to tap, so 1/1 with Vigilance and Threshold turns into a flyer. That's not really what I'm looking for. Chimeric Idol. It's a 3 mana 3/3, but I've got to tap all my lands to do so. I don't think that's what I want to be doing here. Let's take the Sacred Foundry. Okay, Ash Barrens came back. Was that the pack, or was this the pack that had Astral Slide? I'm still wondering if that's a thing. Pheto Alchemist. I just don't know what you're supposed to do with it. It's a blue ramp spell, which I guess is good if we... I mean, only... Oh, just another artifact or creature, so it's not actually a ramp spell unless we had, like, an artifact land. I mean, I feel good about what's coming back in this pack. This is just like a 5 mana... I don't know. Psychosis Crawler, are you a card? Are you a card? I mean, it's good with Sleight of Hand. It's good with... How many 5-drops am I going to want in this deck? And I've already got a 4-drop and a 5-drop. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of reading here too, Brady. I don't know. I don't feel bad about any of these picks. We are at a single Ash Barrens currently. Let's take this Psychosis Crawler. I think the speculative... Okay, we got huge guy. Root Waller. Huge guy. Don't think this pick matters. Mind Slicer came back. That's interesting. I might be too high on that card. Alright, well this is rough because Deranged Hermit is obviously a great card that I would love to be able to play. We've also got the Disc, which is, I think, where I'm going to end up. We've got Complicate. I would love to take the Disc and wheel Complicate, but boy, am I thinking about this Hermit. Just slide into blue-green here. Astral Slide, speaking of slides, did not come back, so we're not doing that. Oof, it's really tempting. This is where I'm going to feel the YouTube comments. I mean, we did see some late green cards. This is how I'm going to justify this to myself. Disc or Hermit? Disc or Hermit? Late green cards we saw were a Saproling Burst and a Plow Under, and then we did get this little Basking Root Walla. I don't know how much Madness stuff you can do in blue. I can't pass Deranged Hermit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. Call the Herd. Yeah, this is how I end up drafting green in this cube so much. Like, there's also Mana Leak, but Call the Herd is just kind of ridiculous. Okay. Treetop Village. Spirit Monger. I love Spirit Monger. Also got a Wall of Roots. Alright, how are we going to make this mana base work? We need to get some duels. We have... Okay, so we're thinking about Sultai here with the Spirit Monger. I don't know if this is a good plan. We could also take the Wall of Roots or an Ash Barrens. I'm doing it. Priest of Titania. Megrim. Wasteland. Destroy target non-basic land. Jilt is also, I think, really strong here. Opt and Snuff Out. We got all kinds of great stuff here. I don't think we can go too wrong between Snuff Out and Opt and Wasteland. Do I want to be playing Wasteland on stream tomorrow or Monday? That's a good question. Priest of Titania lets us cast Deranged Hermit and Spirit Monger faster. Let's try that. Let's just commit to this blue-green deck. Fiery Justice is really good. I wish I could splash that. Jeweled Amulet. Man, some good red cards. 8 mana for that big guy. I think we just have a lot of top end already. Jeweled Amulet is kind of interesting. I think I want to try that. You could also just play this Morph, but it costs double black to unmorph. I really want to take this Fiery Justice. That card's really good, but let's try this Amulet. All right, how are we feeling? Not great. Blue-green, splashing black for Mind Twist and Spirit Monger is like where I'm at right now. I can still like play this Canyon Slaw, and I can maybe cast a fire sometime. All right, I mean, I feel like we're finding our lane. Opposition or Sylvos. We just take a Tarmogoyf. Tarmogoyf is probably fine. Quirion Ranger, return a forest, untap target creature. It is an elf, which is relevant for Priest of Titania. But I'm going to take opposition. Maybe we wheel some of those. So right now I'm feeling like Psychosis Crawler probably doesn't cut it. And we'll get out those cards. Definitely want to pick up some duels. Remember when I wanted to draft white? If that Astral Slide had come back, this would have been sweet. But it didn't, so we're not trying that. We got some good cards. Curve is not great, but, you know, decks aren't like super fast here, so I think that might be okay. If we can pick up some more ramp, that would be cool. I just feel really good about having Call the Herd here. That card is very strong. Okay, Overgrown Tomb, that's cool. We do want that. Flourishing Fox, I kind of am willing just to put that in any deck, and it does stuff with graveyard stuff. Exploration, Andy's just added this. I don't know how to evaluate it. I think we're just going to take this Overgrown Tomb here, because it means our Windswept Heath can get black, and our Bloodstained Mire can get green. So that kind of makes things make sense. Future Sight's cool, but we've already got a bunch of big stuff. Great. Star Compass only cares about basics, right? We'll never know. All right, Eldritch Pioneer comes to play. Basic land from your hand into play tapped. Don't care about that because we're taking Earthcraft. Condescend. Think twice. Skeletal Scrying. Yeah, I mean, I would play probably a bunch of these cards. Confirm pick. All right, so Earthcraft feels great, but we need more creatures. We have both Earthcraft and Opposition. This is kind of funny. I guess this is a creature. Earthcraft does mean we still do have to care about basic lands. Roar of the Worm. We don't have any ways to discard anything yet. I mean, this doesn't have a lot for us. We could take this Altar of Dementia, which doesn't really do much. How do you discard stuff? I feel like I haven't been seeing it. Because we do have this Basking Root Walla. Alright, I don't love this. I don't know if we're going to end up playing it, but I don't know what else we're going to play in that pack. Cabal Therapy. Scattered Groves. Ooh, I don't know what's happening here now. Let's take the Scattered Groves. I don't know what it's going to do. Get cycled. Or get fetched with the Windswept Heath. Okay, Wall of Roots came back. That's cool. I would like this Ash Barrens, but especially now that I've got just like extra big stuff. Also is a creature, which works with Opposition and Earthcraft. Voltaic Servant. The beginning of your upkeep, untap target artifact. I mean, I'm just looking at it. I'm like, that is a creature. Okay. Hopefully we don't end up playing it, but we'll see what happens. When this dies, right, when Junk Diver's put in a graveyard from play, return another artifact. I mean, we could be doing some artifact stuff. I'm not playing either of these other cards, so let's take this. Fire Diamond, Power Sink. Take a Power Sink. And Star Compass came back. You get over here for now. Let's also put this Voltaic Servant over here for now. Voltaic Servant, I guess, works specifically with, like, whatchamacallit. You know the one. Nevinyrral's Disc, which we didn't take. All right, I'd love another fetch land that's in green. We really need a blue-green duel. We know I passed some of them, so we're looking for a breeding pool at some point. Hopefully we can get one. This is pack 3. I don't feel great about where we're at. But, so the question is, I would love Verdant Catacombs. I would also love Elvish Visionary and Wall of Blossoms, which work really well with Earthcraft and Opposition. So, Verdant Catacombs, I mean, how are we doing on fixing right now? We've got... You know what we need more than an Overgrown Tomb is a Watery Grave. I'm tempted just to take this Wall of Blossoms. I think I would take a dual land that made the existing fetches work above that. But Verdant Catacombs is not going to be better than... I mean, whatever. We'll see what happens. Notably there, I also could have just taken Ash Barrens. I still only have one Ash Barrens. I feel like, yeah, who knows. Necropotence is obviously very strong. Preordain is very strong, but I want these green creatures. How many playables do we have right now? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I would be happy to cut some of these cards. Okay. 4 mana, 1/4 flyer. I like this Fel Spectre. I've tried playing this like discard deck. The Taiga actually does make our Bloodstained Mire get green, which is kind of cool. But I think I'm just going to take Nature's Lore, and then we're kind of just committing to being a ramp deck. Confirm. Ooh, Blue Sun Zenith. No. Sveen's Reclamation's really strong. Confirm. Search your library for a forest card, put it directly into play. So I can get the Overgrown Tomb. Yeah, I don't know how I prioritize lands and then still end up like not having the right lands. We're kind of just ending up very heavy green. Scrubland, Wirewood Symbiote. Neat. Return elf I control, untap target creature. Took Wall of Blossoms rather than... Oh, I should have taken the other... Taken Elvish Visionary over the... For reasons. Alright, so I feel like I'm between Wirewood Symbiote, Counterspell, and Ash Barrens. I think we're turning more into a creature deck. Let's take this Symbiote. It does stuff. Noose Constrictor, that's a way to discard cards. Shadow Mage Infiltrator is cool. Portent. So we could take the Noose Constrictor, and that will let us discard Basking Root Walla and Call the Herd for value and Roar the Worm. Also, yeah, I mean, I don't want to be playing this Star Compass. Or an Ash Barrens. I feel like because I'm not getting the duels I need, I kind of really need that Ash Barrens, but let's take creatures. Creeping Mold. Okay, now we will take one. Or Fetid Pools. Fetid Pools. That means Bloodstained Mire can fetch blue. And that's it. I will take it. Okay, and then the Watery Grave, of course. We've also got Factor Fiction. I mean, Factor Fiction is kind of cool with having multiple flashback cards. So I feel like I'm taking that Now that I have a fetchable blue-black duel, let's do it. Boop. There's also the Dimir Aqueduct, which is great. Deep Analysis, Fire Covenant, aforementioned. An Icy Manipulator, a Voltaic Key. Oh, we can use the Voltaic Key and the Voltaic Servant and just untap each other. But I kind of like this flashback thing that's happening here with like Fact or Fiction. Maybe that's like not even a thing, but Fire Covenant's very strong. Take Deep Analysis. There he is, Verdant Force. Okay, so we got a couple options here. We can take a Ramp Spell or a Blastoderm, which is just like a big, reasonable threat. Or another big boy. I think we have enough big boys. I think I just want to take the Ramp Spell. It doesn't work with a lot of the stuff that we have, which isn't great, but here we are. Okay, so we did not wheel the other cantripping creature. Battle Screech is still in here. Man, just taking Wild Nicottle. Nope, definitely not. Bummer. I guess we're just going to put this Battle Screech in the sideboard because it will kill us otherwise. Savine's Reclamation wheeled. Alright, and Corrosive Tusker, that's a little bit of fixing, is sort of modal. I think I like that better than Chromatic Sphere or Trade Wind Rider. But we're going to put this in the 3-mana spell slot. Oof, alright, I don't feel good about where this has ended up all of a sudden. Steam Vents, sure. Actually, Steam Vents is pretty reasonable, right? Because that does actually mean that we can use cards. Okay, Shadow Mage Infiltrator. That's going to be good in some matchups. Creeping Mold. Destroy target artifact, land, or enchantment. Let's put that in the sideboard. Oh, man. Am I that desperate? No. Just going to put this over here. I feel like I made some bad decisions here. What are we going to get? It's really going to tie the room together. I hope. Okay, colorless mana, sacrifice it to colorless mana. I don't think I like that card. Alright, here we are. It's a deck, sort of. We got a Jeweled Amulet. We ended up with only one Ash Baron somehow. We looked at a lot of them. We talked about them. I need more space. So, fetch lands. We got Windswept Heath. We got Bloodstained Mire. Man, this interface is not doing good stuff to me. I can't read these cards. Alright, so Windswept Heath can get the Overgrown Tomb. We never got a green-blue duel, which sucks for that. Bloodstained Mire can get also the Overgrown Tomb and Fetid Pools, Canyon Slaw. Doesn't help us, right? Because that can also already get black, but do we just want to play this as a land that can cycle? This means our Bloodstained Mire can get blue. Okay. Power Sync. Counter target spell. Yeah, I don't know about these counter spells here. I don't know how much we're going to be keeping up mana. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so we get to make some cuts, which is great. Star Compass is a ramp spell, but I don't love it. Let's cut it. I think I'm going to start without Counterspell. Maybe I don't even want Sleight of Hand. What if I put this here? Alright, I think Rootwalla, we're not going to be that aggressive. Noose Constrictor is probably still reasonable with these other flashback cards. Earthcraft Nature's Lore. Maybe we just need to cut one of these. We're not cutting Control Magic. We're not cutting Opposition. Wait, this is, how does this interface actually work? 31, 32. Okay, so this is 24 then. All right, we're going to do something like that. I think it turned out okay-ish. I mean, we're kind of like a ramp deck that's not super ramping, but like we got some powerful cards. We got Morphling, we got Spirit Monger, we got Control Magic, so hopefully I can get to that later stage in the game and take over with those. And we have some good card advantage with like Deep Analysis and Fact or Fiction, so we'll see how it goes. Thank you for watching. Please tell me how I screwed up if you want. Or don't. Bye.